Batting sixth, batting seventh, the catcher, Hunter Fiducia. Kim will bat eighth.
They did not get above that 500 mark until the end of August.
Popped up, shallow right. Drifting back is Kim. And Kim makes the catch, his first action. Kim, a star in the KBO.
You got some up close and personal recommendations on pronunciation of his name as well.
I did, and I went and talked to his interpreter, Dean Kim, today, and he was with Hesung, and we went over it, and I said, let me hear you say it. Now listen to how I say it. Did I say it right? Yep. So that's how they want it. Even though there's a Y in the first part of it, H-Y-E, it's pronounced H-E-H.
So the Y is silent.
Right, silent Y. So Hesung. So the challenge system is in effect today. First major league game that's ever been used in is today. We don't expect to see a lot of it early on. The ABS, which stands for automatic ball strike system, is in effect for this game here this afternoon. Team will have 2 challenges, and if they're successful with the challenge, they get to keep it. AAA last year there were 3 per game, but for this test it's going to be 2. Only the batter, pitcher, or catcher can challenge, and you can't get any help from the dugout. You know, somebody from the dugout can't yell, hey, challenge that. Otherwise the umpire can deny the challenge, and it must be made immediately after the call. And when it does happen, we're going to show you a graphic on television.
Eyes to follow the baseball and pick it up as soon as you can. Release point.
Let's see, swinging and missing. There's the 0-1 pitch. Inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's what it looked like. So it was a strike. So the Cubs challenged it. I'm guessing that it was the catcher, Reese McGuire.
Well, good. We see it in the very first inning.
There you go. So they keep their challenges. They still have 2 remaining. You still have 2 as long as you keep winning them. So it's now 0-2 to Muncy. Pitch fouled back. Yeah, but Dave was talking to the press corps today, and the question was asked, you know, what did you tell your players about the system, and is there anybody you don't want to use it? And he said right away, yeah, Max Muncy. And he started smiling and laughing. He said, we don't want Max to use it.
Yeah.
That one is low, and he's right there. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So it looked like Poteet actually was the one challenging. Watch, he'll put his hand up on his head. Right there. That's the signal to challenge. You got to tell the home plate umpire. Then he'll turn around, and strike 3 called on Muncy. He's out, 1 down.
And no challenge on that one.
The graphic that you saw on the television side is the same graphic that they will show in the stadiums. It'll be pretty much the same time, or close to the same time, that when the fans in the stands see it, people at home will get the chance to see it also.
Very quickly, one of the things we learned in the conference call with Major League Baseball about the ABS, it's not where the ball crosses the front part of the plate, the closest to the pitcher. It's the middle of the plate. So if you go from the front edge towards the pitcher, the back edge towards the catcher, it's the middle.
Right. And what may change in the future if the ABS does indeed make it to the regular season, and it's not going to be there this year. This is just a test this spring training. But the box that you see on TV, the ball strike box, that's measured from the front of the plate. So that's a little different. Yeah. Now he'll face Hesung Kim. He was a star in the KBO last year. .326 average, 11 homers and 75 runs batted in, but takes outside. 1 ball, 1 strike to Kim.
Guys, the coaching staff and the hitters have been also working with Kim, trying to work out a couple of different things, nuances that they feel are going to help him and hit here in the United States. Different type of pitching, more power pitching possibly.
Really good infielder. 4 times he's won a Gold Glove. 4 straight years.
Yeah, and the first one was a shortstop. Then they moved him to second base. Found out something also. He was taking fly balls in center field this morning in one of the backfields, and that is a possibility. And maybe not just at second base. Could move over to shortstop occasionally.
Pitch up high to Kim. Now a full count.
Yeah, you gave me that look out of the corner of your eye. I said he took fly balls in center field.
So you have sources everywhere.
I have sources.
You got people.
Yeah, I know a guy.
Here's the payoff. And a little number down the third base side. Runners stay put, throw to first, and they just get him easily. And I think we're all impressed with our first look at him a year ago and continue to remain impressed with Yamamoto. Foul back, 1-2. Had a career high in home runs with 11. So he's not the guy that you're going to expect to hit the ball out of the ballpark all the time, but he does spray it around and hits for average.
You really want him on the base and then use the speed.
2-2 pitch from Keller. Runner goes, and the ball is hit foul out of play a long way down the left field side. So in his first 2 plate appearances, he's worked the count full. He's seen a lot of pitches already today. There goes the runner, and the pitch is low, ball 4. So Kim draws the walk. Also, Kim goes down to first base.
I was pretty positive it was a strike, and then the umpire balled it. It's also the first game for the umpires as well. So they're still hunting in their zones, but it was a pitch that I definitely thought was a strike. He balled it, and I look out, and the pitcher seemed very excited to challenge that one. And yeah, when he challenged it, I knew it was going to get overturned. And I went, oh man, I'm going to be the first one on this. That's great. It also kind of helps you when you see that. You can kind of know where that ball was in your mind, where the zone's at, so you can kind of tell if there's more to go or not. And so hopefully it doesn't happen too much, but it's interesting for sure. Freddie said I was banned from being able to challenge. So then I come back in here and he's waiting at my locker, laughing in my face that I was the one that got a challenge on. So no, they just joke around with me. Obviously they know I have a good feel for the strike zone, so they joke that I'm not allowed to use it, and it's a good jest early in spring. It is funny how that worked out, that I was the one that got challenged on. I think the idea is very interesting of it. To me, I feel like you have to be 100% certain to challenge. You can't. It's not one of those ones where you think it's borderline. Like maybe you have to be 100% certain. And in that scenario, obviously, like I said, I thought it was a strike coming in, and the pitcher thought so too. So he challenged it. But yeah, I don't think it's something that I would ever use if I was borderline on the call.